Hi everyone, I'm Yang Hanni from Group 54. Today I will present our study on Huawei's position in Europe, focusing on one key question: retreat or rebirth. We look at how policy pressure and market competition are reshaping Huawei's strategy and what this means going forward. Our presentation is structured into three parts. Begin with the background, then move to data and SWOT analysis, and finally present our conclusion and recommendations. First, I introduce the research background. From 2020 to 2025, digitalization in Europe accelerated, while regulatory and security policies became more restrictive. During this period, Huawei was labeled a high-risk supplier, which limited its access to the European market. Now, let me briefly state the research objective. The goal is to understand how Huawei stays resilient under regulatory and market pressure in Europe. This study clarifies Huawei's current positioning and provides a basis for practical strategic responses. Here is how I conducted the analysis. I used a SWOT framework based on secondary data from the past 5 years, focusing on the European market from 2020 to 2025. Next, I will explain our research objective. The slide summarizes the overall SWOT analysis. It covers Huawei's strengths in technology and local integration, weakness in market access and the supply chains, opportunities from digital transformation and the policy window, threats from tighter regulation and stronger competition. Huawei has stronger 5G technological capabilities, supported by a robust localization and compliance system, as well as a localized ecosystem and supply chain in Europe. At the same time, there are clear weaknesses. These include a declining terminal market share, high-end chip supply limitations, and fragmentation across regional European markets.
Hello, I am Lei Ming, representing Group 54. I'll now present the remaining sections of our study. On the opportunity side, Huawei may benefit from EU digital infrastructure upgrades, accelerating energy digitalization and smart mobility, as well as selective market cooperation in certain regions. On the threat side, Huawei faces escalating EU policy restrictions, stronger competitors supported by policy measures, and risks of exclusion from future technology standardization. Based on our analysis, we identify three main findings. Huawei's equipment business remains resilient, market outcomes differ significantly across countries, and emerging businesses such as digital energy are increasingly important. Based on our SWOT analysis, we propose 4 strategic directions to help Huawei break the current deadlock in Europe. First, the sulfur monoxide strategy focuses on leveraging Huawei's technological advantages. Huawei can continue investing in digital infrastructure projects, particularly in Central and Eastern Europe, where demand remains strong and policy conditions are relatively pragmatic. Second, the WOE strategy aims to address internal weaknesses. By partnering with European chip and component suppliers, Huawei can reduce supply chain risks and improve resilience under external restrictions. Third, the street strategy responds directly to policy pressure. Huawei can launch more modular and compliance-adapted product solutions to meet diverse regulatory requirements across EU member states. Finally, the WT strategy focuses on long-term recovery. By revitalizing the HarmoniOS ecosystem and strengthening consumer-oriented innovation, Huawei can gradually rebuild its position in the European consumer market. Overall, This analysis shows how Huawei is adjusting its strategy in Europe under policy and market pressure, highlighting both constraints and areas of resilience